Welcome to the Deep Dive, the show that acts as your sophisticated filter, transforming a massive stack of research into clear, actionable knowledge. Today, we are charting the landscape of AI-driven productivity. It's a world that promises just unparalleled efficiency. Tools that can research, write, automate in seconds. But that speed, it comes with a potential cost, right? The demand for absolute critical rigor.
Absolutely.
So our deep dive today is designed to give you both the state-of-the-art AI toolkit and those essential critical thinking skills you need to ensure those speedy answers are actually, well, correct.
Exactly. We've synthesized sources covering three core areas. First, the really rapid functionality shift toward highly specialized AI agents. Second, the crucial academic principles of research validation, reliability, validity, experimental design.
The foundations.
Right. And finally, the unavoidable big picture stuff. The legal guardrails, the ethical pitfalls, and maybe even the cognitive toll of outsourcing your thinking too much.
Our mission, then, is to accelerate your ability to navigate this whole ecosystem. So you're not just a consumer of automated output, but you become the meticulous editor who guarantees its integrity. Okay, let's unpack this. Starting with this incredible, maybe even overwhelming array of specialized AI tools now available for almost every niche task imaginable.
Yeah, what's fascinating here is how the market's evolving so fast beyond those general purpose models everyone knows, like ChatGPT.
Right, the big ones.
Yes, they still hold dominant market share. They're multimodal, strong coders. But their inherent limitations are now really forcing specialization. We're talking about things like hallucination risk.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
And the fact that their knowledge base is essentially frozen, back in late 2021. You just need current, accurate information for high-stakes work.
Makes sense.
And while models like Gemini leverage deep integration into ecosystems like Google for, say, speed and creativity, the real value for peak productivity seems to be moving toward these point solutions. AI is meticulously trained for one specific, high-demand task.
And that's a crucial distinction, isn't it? We're seeing these dedicated assistants kind of replace the generalists for certain jobs. So if you're a developer, you might already be relying on something like Tab9.
Exactly. Tab9 functions as an AI-powered coding assistant. It's specifically designed to improve your efficiency and accuracy right there in your code environment.
And similarly, maybe on the writing side, you might use DeepL Write. It's interesting because it focuses on helping you write more clearly, more concisely. It's more like an editor and enhancer, not some blank slate generator just trying to invent content from scratch. That focus on refinement seems key.
And this leads directly to the necessity of what people are calling bot stacking. You sort of can't rely on just one AI anymore to handle an entire complex project.
Okay, so stacking different tools.
Yeah. You might leverage GPT-4o, for example, for its superior ability maybe in generating raw code, but then maybe switch to Llama 3.1, which might be better trained on recent web development frameworks for comparing architecture choices. Platforms like Boodlebox are actually emerging precisely to help you manage this kind of seamless handoff, ensuring you leverage the specialized strength of each model for each step of the process.
The research field really highlights the specialization best. When you're trying to quickly get up to speed on something, the difference between these top-tier research platforms is, well, it's staggering.
We looked at three pretty different approaches here. Perplexity Deep Research, it's fantastic for quick, well-sourced overviews.
Yep.
Its main strength is transparency. It cites everything clearly, makes verification pretty easy. It seems built for sheer efficiency, often completing complex research runs in under 3 minutes.
Wow, under 3 minutes.
Yeah, so if you need a fast, reliably sourced summary, it's a real powerhouse.
So speed and sourcing are its big advantages. How does that compare to something like Compass AI?
Compass focuses more on structured, long-form output. Its goal is basically a ready-to-publish report.
Ah, okay. Different goal.
Totally different. What makes it unique is this continuous refinement mechanism. They call it the research further feature. You, the user, actually guide the AI iteratively, deepening specific content sections until the report meets a really granular standard.
So it's more interactive, more guided.
Exactly. It's less about one quick search and more about guided, controlled content generation over time.
Got it. And the third one? Illicit.
Then there's Elicit. Now, this tool is built entirely for academic credibility. It doesn't just scrape the open web. It performs what you could call a mini systematic literature review in seconds by aggregating only scholarly papers.
Okay, so purely academic sources.
Purely. It's superb for finding evidence-based answers is rooted in academia, it saves massive amounts of time because it filters out, low-quality studies and focuses purely on methodological evidence.
What's a trade-off?
Well, that academic focus means it's generally weak on niche industry trends or breaking current events. It's not designed for that.
Right. Makes sense. Pick the right tool for the job.
Yeah.
And this embedding of AI goes right into the operational workflow too, doesn't it? We're seeing powerful, specialized agents like Lindy.
Oh yeah, Lindy. You can set up incredibly complex multi-step workflows. In fact, think about automatically transcribing meeting notes, summarizing them, uploading the summary to a shared drive, and then drafting a follow-up email to stakeholders.
Wow.
All with zero coding required.
That's pretty powerful. And in project management, tools like Write are integrating AI directly to, say, summarize lengthy comment threads or rewrite client briefs to match a specific tone or audience.
Exactly. Productivity isn't just about faster research anymore. It's about eliminating the friction between tasks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And maybe the most seamless integration is happening right in your browser. These Chrome extensions are becoming like your personalized AI layer.
Like what?
Well, NotebookLM's WebSync extension lets you import full web pages or even hour-long YouTube videos into your knowledge base with just a single click.
Okay, that's handy.
Or think about process documentation. Scribe automatically generates detailed step-by-step guides just by watching you perform a task.
Whoa.
And Just Read acts like a digital declutterer, eliminating distracting ads and sidebars for uninterrupted focused reading. These tools are really about optimizing attention and process flow.
Okay, so we've established the incredible speed and specialization of these tools. They can make complex tasks seem almost effortless. But, this is a big but, when the answers are generated in seconds, how do we make sure our own critical faculties haven't, gone dormant?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know the fast answer is actually the true answer?
That brings us squarely to validation. And here's where it gets really interesting, because speed is honestly meaningless if you can't trust the outcome.
Right.
In research, we talk about two concepts that often get confused: reliability and
Strictly reliability.
reliability is basically about consistency. If you use the same tool, say an AI research agent, on the same topic under the same conditions today and tomorrow, will the result be consistent? If different people use the same tool and get wildly different outcomes, well, that tool has low reliability. It's unstable.
But consistency isn't the same as accuracy, right? Like, my car speedometer might consistently tell me I'm going 10 miles an hour too fast. It's reliable. It gives the same wrong reading every time, but it's definitely not valid.
Precisely. That's the perfect analogy. Validity concerns accuracy.
Yeah.
Does the method measure what it is intended to measure? High validity means the results actually correspond to real-world properties.
Okay.
And we see this play out even with intangible concepts like, say, job satisfaction or stress, things we can't directly observe. That's where construct validity comes in.
Okay, construct validity. How do we measure something abstract like stress accurately then?
Well, we use established theoretical frameworks. Construct validity basically requires two checks. First, convergent validity. Do measures that should be related actually agree? For instance, do high scores on our new stress scale align with higher reported blood pressure, maybe?
Okay, things that should correlate do.
Exactly. And second, discriminant validity. Do measures that shouldn't be related show a lack of relationship? For instance, does our stress scale not show a strong connection to, preference for ice cream flavor?
Right, things that shouldn't correlate don't.
Precisely. If both check out, then we have confidence that our method accurately measures the theoretical concept of stress.
That distinction is vital. Now let's apply this to maybe a full research paper produced by an AI. We often hear about internal validity, the confidence that in a study the cause truly explains the effect. And true randomized controlled trials, or RCTs, are the gold standard here because randomization minimizes those lurking variables, right?
That's the idea, yes.
But the truly crucial question for you, the listener, is probably external validity. Can those findings apply to you? Can they apply to different populations, real-world company settings, different geographic regions?
And this is where we run into that classic research trade-off. Researchers often note that because RCTs focus so intensely on ideal, controlled conditions to maximize internal validity, they often inadvertently decrease their external validity. They might prove a new drug works perfectly in a controlled lab setting, but once it hits the real-world population with all their varying health conditions and maybe patchy adherence, the effect size can shrink dramatically. It doesn't generalize as well.
Makes sense.
Furthermore, in fields like, say, medical informatics, true randomization is often unethical or just impossible. So you frequently encounter these quasi-experimental designs, non-randomized, maybe pre-post intervention studies.
Okay.
These are necessary, but they carry risks, including the threat of something called regression to the mean.
Okay, that sounds a bit dense. Can you break down regression to the mean for us?
Absolutely. Think about performance. If a stock, or maybe an employee, has an unusually high or low performance day, that's a statistical extreme, right?
Yeah.
The subsequent measurement is likely to be closer to their average. Not necessarily because of some intervention, but just because extremes naturally tend to stabilize or regress back towards the average.
Oh, that's...
So if a study measures a group when their symptoms are at their absolute worst, an extreme low point, and then measures them again after some treatment, any improvement might just be regression to the mean, not purely the effect of the treatment itself. Quasi-experiments have to work really hard to control for that possibility.
That's a tricky thing now.
It really is. And this brings us back to the AI tools. The ultimate usefulness of AI, especially in research, is measured by the critical critique you apply to its aggregated sources.
So how the human interacts with it.
Exactly. Elicit, for example, is useful here because it can directly support methodological critique. It lets you create custom data extraction tables to systematically compare, say, study design, duration, and the stated limitations across multiple papers at once.
So you can see the pattern.
Precisely. You can rapidly identify if the AI is maybe relying too heavily on short studies or non-random designs, regardless of how neatly it synthesized the output in its summary.
And we saw a perfect example of this kind of nuance in that systematic review on rare diseases you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, that was a great illustration.
The study found that relying solely on generic measurement scales, like the standard SF76 or EQ5D quality of life surveys, actually led to underreporting of patient quality of life. Why? Because those generic scales just miss the subtle disease-specific symptoms that really impact patients.
Right, they're too broad.
Exactly. The key insight was that combining those generic tools with a disease-specific one, in this case, the PBC-40 for primary biliary cholangitis, provided a far more comprehensive and, crucially, a more valid assessment of quality of life.
It's a perfect illustration. Even the best tools often need to be stacked or combined and then validated based on the specific context of the question you're asking. You can't just take the first output.
Which raises the necessary next question. As these tools become so deeply integrated and hyper-specialized, what are the legal and ethical structures being designed to keep them accountable?
Yeah, that's huge. The problem of algorithmic bias, for instance, remains really significant.
How so?
Well, when AI systems are trained on non-diverse or historically biased data, they don't just reflect existing societal disparities, they often end up perpetuating and even amplifying them. This isn't a problem that just fixes itself over time. Mitigation really requires developers to actively ensure training data is unbiased, to incorporate diverse viewpoints during development, and critically, to conduct rigorous, regular audits.
And on the legal front, there's the intellectual property hurdle, which seems to me that the ultimate accountability still rests with the human user, right?
That's largely true, especially in the U.S. The U.S. Copyright Office and a recent D.C. District Court reaffirmed a pretty clear stance. Only human beings qualify as authors under U.S. copyright law.
So if I generate an image or text or music using AI, the output itself isn't eligible for copyright protection.
Not in and of itself, no. You can't simply claim the raw AI output as your own original work if there wasn't substantial human creative input and modification. The human authorship element is key.
Okay, that's important.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, regulatory bodies are definitely stepping in to enforce more structure. The EU's proposed AI Act is a really significant move.
What's the approach there?
It's establishing a comprehensive legal framework using a risk-based approach. Basically, systems that pose higher risks face stricter requirements. And crucially, the Act demands transparency. It requires AI developers to maintain detailed records of the training data used. So you can trace back if something goes wrong.
Exactly. It's fundamental for transparency and accountability.
That structure is vital because maybe the biggest risk isn't even external, it might be internal. The cognitive cost we pay for all this hyper-efficiency, that's a bit of a warning shot, isn't it?
It really is.
Some studies are revealing a strong negative correlation like RE equals ARI equals 0.68, which is pretty significant, between heavy AI usage and reduced critical thinking scores. This isn't just theory, it's actually measurable.
Yeah, and this is attributed to what psychologists call cognitive offloading, when we routinely use AI for tasks that really demand independent analysis, like complex decision-making or evaluation, we are, in a sense, letting our critical thinking muscles atrophy. The machine does the heavy lifting, and the human might just accept the result, potentially skipping those necessary cross-checking and critical judgment steps.
So the AI kind of sets up this elaborate trap where we become hyper-efficient, but maybe at tasks that aren't actually grounded in solid reasoning or truth. That's the danger, exactly. But the same studies offer a glimmer of hope. Advanced education appears to mitigate this effect somewhat.
How so?
Participants who were highly educated were significantly more likely to actually cross-check the AI outputs. It suggests that existing critical judgment skills encourage people to challenge the tool's efficiency with necessary skepticism.
So, having those skills in the first place helps you use the tools more wisely.
It seems so. The ability to identify potential flaws, to question the output, that seems to be the ultimate defense against just passively accepting what the AI gives you.
Okay, so to summarize this deep dive then, we've really covered the entire ecosystem, haven't we? From these highly specialized AI agents like Compass and Elicit, designed for very specific research needs, all the way to the crucial academic principles of validity and reliability that govern the integrity of those results. The key lesson for you listening seems to be that leveraging AI efficiently means picking the precise, specialized tool for the job, but not stopping there.
Right. And this raises, I think, a really important question. We now have access to tools that can generate near-perfect reports, synthesize decades of academic work in literally minutes. But the biggest risk to accuracy might not even be the AI itself anymore.
What is it then?
It might be our own willingness to stop applying that critical validation. The machine can do the heavy lifting, sure, but the human must still provide the necessary skepticism, especially around context, limitations, and generalizability.
So what does this all mean for you? Well, if AI-driven efficiency potentially comes at the cost of your own cognitive skills, then the truly irreplaceable value add you bring to any task is that critical judgment. The judgment that determines if the AI's result is not just efficient, but actually correct and generalizable to your specific situation. Perhaps your next deep dive might need to focus less on the output the tool provides, and maybe a lot more on the limitations and the methodological design that underpin the tools you choose to trust.